I'm back.
Yay, Dana's back. We are now live. Heads up, Dana.
Oh, it's fine. I won't swear a lot.
No, that's fine. That wasn't my concern. It's just sometimes we talk about, like, not stream things before or after the show. And I always like warning people.
We say the inside thoughts.
Okay, I am watching this ad.
You should be able to watch on Discord, Sarah.
Everything just crashed.
You should be able to watch on Discord. That's why it's there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, but, like, I also have the stream up here so that I can, like, watch for comments, and it's giving me an ad. Yes. So, what?
All right. I've got this up. So right now, I'm waiting to see Dana's face in Skype. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, I just see your avatar. And the stream also does not see you, Dana.
You're just a Skype logo.
You are just a Skype logo. So I was waiting to make sure that you were connected before we get going here.
I don't...
Oh, there it is. You're good now.
Normal Skype call, so...
Whatever you just did fixed it.
It didn't do it.
Oh, well, the system shook itself and you're good now. Okay. So, hi from work. We will absolutely be talking about issues of implementation here, because one of the spaces I went off stream has a very cool echoing effect that's geography based, and we'll briefly swing through a corner of that space, Dr. Joms. But I did do a number of things off stream, as promised, for the sake of making it possible to finish in 2 hours. So I've already played Hollow Knight for 3 hours today. Thing one is, you notice that we have 3,121 Dream Essence. We ended last week's stream with 200. And I'll be honest, I downloaded like a cheat debug mode trainer, and I just punched in 3,000. Sorry, team. We gotta finish this sometime. I'm a parent now. But the game, to get the good endings, requires you hit 1,800, and that's a slow build to do it. It's one of my few design critiques for this whole game. Similarly, I have not finished all of the Colosseum and all of the expansion stuff to get the best weapon in the game, but I now have it. I just gave myself a lot of these pale ores, and then I went and paid for my knife.
It's like using
hooray, the
Game
end.
Genie when you were a kid.
It is exactly like that. And also my amount of money. Like, I did not play for 5 hours and farm up what used to be 20,000, and then I spent 13k of money. But I got all the money we needed. Here's our big map of where we're going, and we are now...
haven't figured out item duplication, by the way, in Zelda. You mentioned...
Oh, if you downloaded the most recent patch, now it's complicated and weird. But there's some super cool Tears of the Kingdom bugs now, including, without spoiling what is behind it, because I think only Sarah has seen it, at the introduction of the game, you go down and Zelda is talking to you about a mural. This is not a spoiler, this is like 2 minutes into the game, the absolute prologue. There is a spot you think, oh man, I wish I had bombs, and you check your inventory, and you don't actually have an inventory yet, and you don't have bombs yet. I can get a rock-fused weapon into that introductory cutscene now.
Really?
Which, in terms of speed running the game, we'll just call that convenient.
Really?
Yes, similarly, Link has the Master Sword at that point in time. He's fully powered from the end of Breath of the Wild. And I can now send that Master Sword forward in time and have Link pick it up, and that one won't ever break.
Really?
Yes.
He's actually more powered up than at the end of Breath of the Wild, because he has 2 full rows and I believe 3 full stamina rings. And I don't think that's possible with 120 shrines in Breath of the Wild.
It is not. Even with the expansions that get you to 146, you come up a heart and a half short, which is why Tears of the Kingdom has 152. In any case, we are here at Kingdom's Edge, and there's one portion of this map you'll notice we have not explored to our right. I've purposely been leaving it for the last week. Hi, Nadio, CT1000. We are going to go check out what is over there right now. And it turns out what is over there is the first piece of how to get the good ending. This would not be required for the default ending to chase Hornet through here, but this was the most out of the way thing.
There's not a lot to hear in the game yet.
Yeah, there is no real game sound yet. There's no music at this location. It is silent. But I'll turn it up. I'm slashing now. Elizabeth, you want to check for me?
Sounds great to me.
Okay. Let's go on down.
So,
I hope I can
Sarah,
do
how have you
this.
been?
I've been doing okay. Today was Amelia's last day of school. I'm the worst mother ever. We told her she has chores to do. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But been doing well. Had a draft, an article deadline this week, and actually got stuff in early. So, how about you?
Good. Teaching a lot this summer. A couple classes go live on Monday, so I got one of them launched today. I'm hoping to get the other one launched tomorrow. And I'm in the middle of one, so I have 3 right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a lot to do.
It's a good amount of students, so I'm pretty excited.
Which institutions are these classes at?
They're all for different Ohio states.
Nah. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take... we go to my big view and actually try hard here. I was trying to play on my stream view so I could see Dana and Sarah at the same time and chat. That's not going to happen for this boss fight. I'm just going to do the thing.
Yeah, one of them is for OSU Lima,
Okay.
which I have to think about every time I go to say it because I want to say Lima.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure it's like the B.
It is, because I grew up relatively near there, so I always heard it as Lima, and then had to learn it was like Lima in
Right.
Europe.
Because we have a lot of that in Ohio where we like
Versailles?
Ohio.
Versailles? I think that's the best one.
No, Manaway is the worst one.
I don't know that one. Where's that?
Here. But it's Mantua, but they say Manaway.
Oh man.
Manaway. I don't know where they got that.
Bennett had his family that lived in Calamuch, which is spelled Calmutier, and family in Monticello, Illinois, which is Monticello. It sounded like a goober the first time I went.
So it is east side, kind of around like Hiram and Ravenna, Chagrin Falls, like it's
Oh, that's
kind of
close to me.
it's in the middle of all those.
All right, we did it.
It's actually about it's about halfway between Cleveland and Akron, but more east.
So what you're saying is it's a place we could meet up and have a picnic. And make fun of the name, and then get murdered by the locals.
That sounds great.
I mean,
Burn that mark
there's some
upon
nice
your
nature
shell
reserves
and claim yourself as king.
that are halfway
That's
between.
exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah, we'd obviously go for like Cuyahoga River Valley or something.
Yeah. I finally got around to doing 2 of the petroglyphs today.
The geoglyphs? Oh.
Geoglyphs, yeah.
Nice. All right.
I kept like passing them and not like actually getting them.
Run! Run!
Oh, even the dash power was not fast enough there, you'll note.
Yeah. Jen, I'm missing a phone.
All right.
I don't really feel like getting it. Yeah, best thing that happened to me recently was this past weekend was the 20th reunion of the high school rock orchestra that I was in.
Very
And
cool.
I don't know if y'all or anybody in chat is the type to go to like a high school reunion. I feel like a lot of people sort of feel like they move on, you know. And maybe don't want to, or the people they keep in touch with from high school they already keep in touch with.
Heads up very quickly for folks so you can keep track of what we're all doing. I'm on the east side of the map now. Here's the new power. And now I'm all the way over in Spiderland.
It sounds like spiders. It's skittering.
Yeah, so well, you know, I totally get why a lot of people don't want to go back to high school. I was in the, as far as we know, world's first high school rock orchestra. Kind of modeled on Trans-Siberian Orchestra that it founded my sophomore year, and it's been 20 years now. And we had an alumni concert. We had over 100 alum come back. And the first set was the current group, and they did kind of a nod to the folks that were in the original group. Like there was a lot of stuff from when we were growing up or when we were in high school. Like they played Mr. Brightside, they played Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Like it was a really good set. And then the second set was all like classic stuff, and they sort of count back the years. But they ended up just making it like play the songs you want to play. So alumni were on stage rotating in and out with the current members and did the whole second set. And then there were some nice gatherings all through the weekend for that. And
we'll go in there in a moment.
They're just the best people, you know?
That sounds really fun.
That does sound really fun.
Professional musicians or folks, even the alums that are like, I haven't touched my instrument in years. Like, I don't know if this speaks to how scary the orchestra director used to be, especially when we were in school, but everyone like practiced their butts off. Like everyone just showed up, you know, they knew their part. And it sounded pretty good, especially as it got toward like the earlier alums, which you would think like those are the ones who haven't played longer. I thought the sound got better and better. So it was like, wow, folks did not sign up unless they committed, and they really brought it. So that was really fun.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Fun. That sounds like a really satisfying and fun time.
Yeah, it was really special.
But is there no bench here?
Come home and make music together.
There is. It's over here. Hold on.
Even for those of us that like do this all the time now, and it's sort of second nature. It was different to come back to these people specifically. Like my stand partner from high school came back, and I didn't know until the day of the rehearsal. So she walked in. I was very excited.
I think
that's excellent.
I could absolutely see like doing that in that different context. Like for me to go back and make music with people that I made music with in high school would be a wild, like I'm a different musician.
Yeah.
And that would be really fascinating.
Yeah, and yeah, there was an element of, you know, like all good friendships where really it felt like no time had passed, like especially when we were on stage, the dynamic was exactly the way it used to be, and that was kind of neat.
That's awesome.
Ooh, listen to the music here. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, I like this track.
You are very tired. Sit and rest. We are like, friends.
It's like detuned pizzicato. Do you hear how it's like slightly neat?
Yeah.
But not like in a cool way.
Nothing about this music here or this environment says warm and safe. I'm sorry.
It's like Other Mother in Coraline, right? Where it's like, at first where it's just a little bit off, and then it gets more and more and more off.
Let's read their mind. Can we do it? Nope. Can't do it with any of them. Sad. Well, we'll do it anyway. Plop.
Furgawa Island. Yeah.
Ew, it's spider time.
Like distorted.
Oh.
You're like, uh-oh. Yeah.
Did you hear that like go detune itself even further as it faded to black?
Yeah, that got very skittery, very fast. Now we're caught in a web. Oh shit.
Samwise is gonna think you're dead. Take the ring.
Right?
Samwise, the true hero.
Alright. If you thought the spiders were creepy before, this is not the place for you.
I have good friends that, I think it was their second daughter. They were gonna name her Coraline, and then somebody they knew named their daughter Coraline first. And they couldn't. They felt like they couldn't. They were like not best friends, but like close enough that it was gonna be weird.
Right, right.
Kind of on the outside of each other's friend groups. Sort of thing.
Dr. Yams, I would absolutely much rather have a potato stew than a spider stew. Did you know that there's an advertising slogan for potatoes? They went with potatoes have a lure. And then on the side of the potato box at Aldi, it says potatoes have a peel, which has like a pun, but they really went with potatoes have a lure. Like that was their main slogan. And it's true, potatoes do have a great deal of allure. I love potatoes.
I love that my little one said, ooh, yuck. She's learning about bugs.
Naomi has interesting comments. Oh yeah. Making up a song about Coraline is a bop. I believe they might be giants too. It's very fun.
Oh, this is so annoying.
Thank you, Turncoats. Potatoes are nutritional, complete except for B12.
Also,
There it
potatoes
goes.
are very diverse. We eat only like a handful of kinds, but they're like when Amelia was little, she would only eat purple potatoes. She felt very strongly about that.
I love purple potatoes.
They're delicious.
There's a potato breeder who works in Addie's building who makes purple potato chips.
I've had them. I got them at Costco, and they say like Michigan State on there. They were delicious.
They're very good.
They were really good. If I ever see them at Costco again, I will purchase them again. They were not as salty as regular potato chips. They were good.
Also, do you want to be a popular faculty member? Like, show up with homemade fresh potato chips at faculty meetings.
Yeah.
100%. Although Addie's sweet corn that we ate at your house in the field was the most unbelievably sweet corn I've ever eaten in my life. Like, and I've eaten roadside corn, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I live in Ohio.
Yeah,
But, like,
we have a good amount of that here.
Man, like that sweet corn was just
No,
absolutely.
Addie's got the real stuff. Yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah,
it was. Ben and I talk about that sometimes. We're like, that corn was just wild.
Anytime.
I have corn in my fridge to throw on the grill tomorrow.
Grilled sweet corn is good stuff.
Oh, did you see how I got on top of that one? Holy smokes, that felt good. All right.
It's corn.
That is one of the good, like, there are a lot of downsides of living in a fairly rural area, but roadside
Oh, no.
canned produce is not one of them. That's a good part.
That is a good part.
Boom.
I do not love the spiders, FYI. Oh, here we go. Sleeping figure lays atop the stone plinth. Our first dreamer of the three. I love the dream environments in Hollow Knight, by the way. This is gorgeous.
It is. All the spirograph art.
And if you're keeping track, this is maybe our first, like, full string ensemble piece in a long time. It's mostly solos. Like, Green Path is mostly a solo deal.
I like this very much.
I don't love killing the sleeping dreamer. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it feels.
No, that felt very bad.
It feels anticlimactic, doesn't it? Like there was no boss fight. He's just vulnerable. She is just vulnerable, I think, maybe. Or maybe the bugs don't have genders? I don't know.
I mean, given that gender is a social construct, probably not.
One down.
Is that a face? I know
Reading
what that
Hornet's
means
mind
now.
here is the interesting time to do it. It's her mom who was the dreamer up here, the spider dreamer.
Oh.
So many skittering sounds in this environment.
I love this, by the way. It's the same dialogue if you do it again. Here. Yeah. All right. We're out of here. Ack! Maybe not out of here, into the spikes. Thank you.
I keep thinking you need to ascend. Like, just...
I don't actually remember.
I'm always forgetting.
Can we do this?
powers. Like, because I use Ultra Hand so much, and then I'll be like, oh,
We cannot
right,
do
I
it
can
here.
Do the rewindy one. Like,
Rewind usually happens when something gets away from me, and I'm like, ah, just build that thing. I always forget to use things. I just never think about it. Like, I just don't think about
Ew,
using
ew, ew.
things.
I make a lot of weapons, but I don't fuse anything, like, in real time.
Yeah.
I've seen people do some pretty wild things in terms of using the powers, and I'm very basic with mine.
I just want out.
I mean, that's why they do this, so that you're stuck being eaten.
Yeah, but like I've done everything, right? Like I talked to Hornet, I fought
Like, not like gameplay-wise, but like narratively, obviously the spiders don't want you to leave.
No, the spiders are mad at me. Except potentially Hornet, I guess.
I've done a lot of exploring. I'm not going to say how much because I don't know how much we're talking about it, but Ryan knows. I have done an extensive amount of exploring.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to open
If
my
you
Hollow Knight
explain
map
some of
team and figure out exactly how this area is supposed to go.
I've only done 2 of the 4, like, really big story things so far. So, because I just forage for mushrooms. It's my cottagecore Zelda summer.
Yeah, I've been doing the exploring. That's been my jam. I actually ended up buying a second Switch for our household. It's mine. I got the special edition Zelda one, which was really honestly a good move because with 3 people trying to play in our house, one was not going to cut it.
This one?
Yeah, we're matchy.
It was
I
my
love
Mother's Day present.
That's awesome.
Joe got me the OLED.
Okay. That's it.
And it's beautiful.
I bought it for myself as a business expense because I'm a Ludomusicology.
Smart idea. I have not made enough to make itemizing worth it in like any of my side gigs. Maybe if I went whole hog in one.
It's
but
not about
I've
just...
tried that with gigging in the past. And, you know, I logged my mileage, I logged any time I took my violin to the shop, like I did all that stuff, and there was like a threshold I wasn't meeting to make it worth it.
It's worth a note to remember that you can still take the standard deduction, but take your losses against a business that you have in addition to that.
What I do. I have an LLC set up, so all of my business expenses are deducted from my income from my LLC. So as long as I stay in the positive, like, because if you go in the negative too many years, they'll tell you it's a hobby and not a business. But like my new computer, all of that stuff, all of those are business expenses and they're deducted against my income. Yeah,
this stream actually works the same way.
I know a lot of people that do LLCs for gigs.
Yeah, I mean, I file a Schedule C, and all, like, in addition to all of that, like, our taxes are kind of a pain in the butt, but they're kind of a pain in the butt anyhow because of my work at a church is like...
I have a lot of 1099s, I always do.
Yeah. I have that, and then I have a lot of, like, my taxes and payrolls are just preposterously overly complicated, and I have to file local taxes. But at least I get to write off my, computer because it is a work expense. I bought it for, work.
Yeah. Okay, so now we fought at the start of the stream. We fought Hornet and were marked as the king by the king's brand, which you will notice is this shape here.
Regret of its creation. All right.
This is step 2 of 3 towards the good ending.
I like good ending.
And we're doing this before the other 2 dreamers because... Oh, crap. One of the things we have to do on our docket today is navigate past those black barriers. If you've played Hollow Knight before or watched the stream last week, you saw us get stuck by on our way to hear the track Dana wanted to hear last time.
Yeah, we're finally going to hear it.
Yes, and we have to clear this area first, Dana, it turns out. And we actually have to clear this area twice to see all 3 endings tonight, because I can't go to the bottom of this just yet. But that's fine. I mean, falling is not hard, right?
Depends on whether you do it with style or not.
And I can warp out of here, I think, which is the plan for now. We are in the abyss. Ew. Don't like that, team.
Andrew, a couple things in thinking about that. One, obviously, like Buzz Lightyear, but 2, I feel like because Nintendo, I was reading a thing that was talking about Nintendo's strategy of lateral thinking with like withered technology. Like they're already operating under constraints that, in many ways, promote creativity, and Nintendo's draw has never been, we have the most cutting-edge graphics, or maybe like not in recent memory. That hasn't been their thing. Their thing has been
where it's like intentionally cartoony, like where it's just aesthetic, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and making something fun and different, and not just being like our draw is graphics. And that's not to say there shouldn't be games like that. Like Ryan and I were talking about Forza, and there's absolutely a place for that. I think the wonderful thing is that there's so much diversity out there, but that's not Nintendo's shtick. That's not their thing. Which is why Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they look very similar. They're 6 years apart, and nobody's like, Tears of the Kingdom looks like garbage. I don't want to play it. Like,
yeah.
And that's not true. I do want to play it, and my Switch now says more than 85 hours, which is terrifying.
Yeah, it's a biggie.
No.
I feel like Wind Waker really shows this effect to well. Yes, what
Yep,
Dr.
I'm also at 85.
John, you know, people complaining about that at the time, and now you're like, oh yeah, Wind Waker looks great. And it does.
Yeah.
Wind Waker's great.
Okay, this is very cool, team.
Okay.
Now, my dash makes me one of those shadow figures. And I'm completely invulnerable during it. You'll notice that the second upgrades of all of the spells so far have been making you move from white to black, the dive. Right? And now the dash.
Yeah. Thank you, Turn Toast, with those points about when I'm saying this. It's much more of a modern thing. Although to think about how old the GameCube is really terrifying. Because I remember that coming out and being a big deal. Now I feel very old.
Yeah, I don't like that at all, actually.
I was trying to find a meme for my paper I was writing, which is a very real problem when you have too many memes. And I came across one. It was like, what you thought Final Fantasy was 20 years ago, but Final Fantasy actually was 20 years ago. It was like Final Fantasy X, and everybody's like, you know, yeah. What you think Zelda was 20 years ago is Ocarina of Time.
Final Fantasy XIV is celebrating its 10-year anniversary.
No.
I don't remember the SNES coming out. I'm not that old. I mean, I was old enough to have remembered it, but we were
I remember the
behind on that.
SNES coming out. I'm that old.
I mean, I wasn't super aware because I was like 5. Wait, when did the SNES come out? Was it 90?
90 or 91.
90. Oh yeah, so I was way
That's
too
like-
young to like be super aware of it. But even so, my brother brought home the NES when I was 5. And then, yes, you were 0. You were not born yet. We didn't get a Super Nintendo until a few years later, so we were always a little behind. We weren't playing stuff right when it came out.
No, we weren't as kids either. The exception was probably the N64. We had that fairly contemporaneously and got Ocarina of Time not too long after it came out.
There's only 2 games I remember early on playing, like right when they came out. The first one is Harvest Moon for the Super Nintendo, which I still have, and I love. And the second was Final Fantasy 7 and 8. And specifically, I remember being in middle school.
Hold on.
The hype around 8.
Whoever just texted me on Twitter, was it Elizabeth?
Texted me? Like,
Yes.
message?
There is nothing to be doing just yet. I have a meeting next week. Is the answer to that? Sorry, I got distracted because my phone, which I'm using as my reference notes for Hollow Knight, switched screens. Anyway, we passed this guy a couple times. I tried to dream nail him earlier. We got nothing. Last week.
Right now.
The reason you have to get 1,800 annoying little points here is because the sage who upgrades your dream nail and gives you stuff will eventually upgrade it so you can do this.
Turn Toast, similarly, we had an NES, and I think we had a Genesis and the N64. Although not necessarily in that order. I think we had the N64 before the Genesis. But we skipped over the SNES and had a lot of hand-me-down stuff. We also had a PSX, and because the PlayStation 2 had just come out, my grandparents were like, why is this one so much more expensive? Let's just get the cheaper one. So we got
Oh no.
I mean, I got a PlayStation 2 in my master's degree, and I was after I finished my recital, and I was like, "Welcome to the '90s," because my brother had most of the systems growing up, so.
We've tried to explain to Amelia how lucky she is to live in a world where, one, there are suspense.
Hey, Dana, here's your track, I think.
Heck yeah, listen to it.
Let's take a minute here.
This isn't the one I was thinking of, but it's still really pretty and it's new, so we'll listen.
Okay, we are going to go visit the White Lady. This is the White Palace.
Yeah, this is the White Palace. It's White Lady that's my jam.
Which exists as a forgotten dream. You can see the circles in the background indicating that we are in the dreamscape still. This is the Silver Millennium, if you will, of Hollow Knight's lore. Is the closest I can come. Apologies to the Sailor Moon reference to the two of you in this chat who haven't seen it. The music kind of has that going for it as well, actually. This has
a much more melancholy vibe than the White Lady one.
It does, and it's because this is the kingdom as it was before the infection.
And we have the swelling strings for pathos. That's what we do best.
This soundtrack does not do a lot of that either. It's like, this is the place for this here.
Yeah, they saved it.
But saving this sort of emotive music, Green Path has maybe a little bit of this going on, but not nearly this much. Saving it makes it really powerful when they finally bring that string section in.
Look at that. It looks like a fork. Look at that knife. Total fork vibes. Maybe because they're bugs, his armor is a fork. That's a thought. That would be cute.
Royals, they're just like us. They have abandoned furniture in the attic.
Are we having like English horn up in here?
Maybe.
On kind of like secondary melody here.
Let's go back to that elevator. Hold on.
Andrew, that is an incredibly sad story. That is just like deeply sad. Did you actually want a Sega? Like, was that a viable attempt to buy your forgiveness, or did you actually want something else? But as a kid, that would make me feel heartbroken.
That is
Yeah.
really sad.
My birthday is right after Christmas, like 4 days after Christmas, and so we would have all these family parties like right around it. And nobody ever remembered my birthday.
I love the table set up now. This is our real first sign of, like, I don't want to call it traditional civilization necessarily, but something that looks like an analog to the real human world as opposed to this unique bug universe that you've seen for hours now.
And we have a lot more going on in the orchestra with the horn here. And
Yeah, the horn is
what I'm pretty
gorgeous.
sure was an
It's
English
like,
horn.
There's a harp that's absolutely gorgeous as well. And there's a
I'm trying
live
to remember now. It's
healthy
harp from
people.
White Lady too, or is it Lou? I think it's harp.
I think it's harp.
So that's going to be like a tie through to her. They're all bowing.
They bow to me.
Oblation.
I like the whoa. But I like how they're mumbling and you interrupt the conversation and then they bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Ashley tonight? Playing harp. I love that I now have a musicology friend who's a harp player.
Harp is amazing.
It's an instrument that I would have loved to have learned, but it's kind of inaccessible, I think, for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
That's because it's expensive in part, right? Like,
It's expensive, but like even like think of a school orchestra program. If they don't own a harp,
oh,
you know,
rats, that didn't work.
like in my district, they had like a couple harps, and if you played, you would get to like basically rent the one from the school and play it for concerts and stuff. And then they would facilitate when you like were gonna finally get your own, but it's not like renting a beginner violin, you know?
This is so alien to me because my school was small enough that we didn't even have an orchestra.
Oh, well, that's common too.
Like, we
There's usually a marching band, but not an orchestra.
Yeah. But I don't think I want to jump down after climbing up all those spikes. That kind of sucked.
Set your traveler's medallion.
You can't in here.
I was being kind of facetious, but you answered seriously. Andrew, that seems like exactly the logical, like exactly what a 5-year-old would do, and also very sad.
Okay, for the record, I don't like any of this.
What, you don't enjoy spinning wheels of death? This isn't your home decor choice?
I can't shade dash through that.
Yeah. Again, Meat Boy vibes. Why? Why are we doing Meat Boy right now?
Do you even have meat? Like, what kind of a meat boy can you make?
Oh,
if you don't have meat?
Shisa. Hold on.
True. Exoskeleton boy.
I think there's like pneumatics in there, right? Like,
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Can I... There's no way I can do that, right? No, what? It's possible. Shit. Okay, hold on.
Good luck.
I'm so pissed. Okay. I'm not gonna do it. This, I think, is what is called the path of pain, and it is not required. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here so I don't die. Alright.
These sound really a lot like table saws.
Yes.
They do. Oh no, I did die. Oh no, one more. Good, good, good.
I hope they just went in the shop and sampled a whole bunch of table saws.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I'm gonna get my map out.
Do not have enough of this area. When Amelia was a toddler, she didn't really like napping, like every toddler. And one of the things that put her to sleep is there was this Canadian engineer who made woodworking videos. And she loved these. And she would fall asleep to like the sound of like table
Okay.
saws. But she loved this
it's now
Canadian
map time.
engineer's woodworking videos. Very specific. I still
Huh.
have a soft spot for it. Matthias Wendell, shout out. Are these less sentient bugs trapped in these globes?
I don't know.
It's like a Goofy and Pluto situation.
Here's the bench that I had, right? And I went here, and I go. And I pop up.
That arcing line, that da 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 da.
Yeah.
So nice. It was in the horn a little bit ago, and that coming down from that, you know.
That's one of the big little thematic motifs in this game. It shows up everywhere.
It's great. It really changes the vibe.
It's connected to the king.
This is actually not a game I have ever played. Like I did some reading before I jumped on the stream today while I was cooking dinner.
So if you hear that arc in other places,
Now I
it
know.
gives you an indication of certain connections to the king. So like,
Yes.
more the queen's area, so we're hearing it here. we hear it elsewhere. I don't know if we've spoiled yet. Some things.
Not a ton of things.
Myself.
I read about the ending, so I'm not worried about spoilers.
The ending and much of the plot are quite obtuse here. You've got to work pretty hard to connect all those pieces together. Okay, I don't want to exit the area. So here's a bench. The first one, presumably at the bottom. And now I know where I'm at.
I wonder if it's a coincidence. Yeah, I bet, Greg. His leitmotivic design is always coincidental and just whatever the composer's feeling like.
I think he's referring to it being a coincidence that there are connections to Adventures in the Magic Kingdom on the NES.
Oh!
I think is what he's meaning, but don't quote me.
I thought he was being, like, really sarcastic.
Which would also probably be a viable option.
Okay, so that takes me up, and this is then where I started? It must be, okay. So I go up here. I'm looking at a collection of, like, tied screenshots from the game.
High quality map making.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Replying to Andrew, sorry.
That is a really nice arcing chord line, though. It's very satisfying.
My friend,
Okay.
where's my friend Katie when I need her? She was
Up,
a French
up,
horn player,
up,
so like
up,
most
up.
French horn players, when she hears a French horn, she goes, French horn! You're like, yep. And, you know, which means you can watch literally any piece of media with her and get that response. It's like,
Yeah, French horns get all the good lines.
French horns get a lot of good lines in like, film
It's
stories.
So many good
true.
lines. Oh, man.
And she was a big Star Trek nerd, so, like, there's a lot of good brass in Star Trek.
Okay, and this is the scary Saw land.
All those.
Oh, this one's not as scary, actually.
Yeah, they
I can do-
definitely had to sample this with, like, stuff running through the saw, too.
I can do this one, though. Hold on.
Show off. No.
Yeah, this one's going to be much easier. I love the chatter sounds in this game. Oh, don't love that. Or that. Come on, cut me some slack here, game. Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at going this way, and around to the left, and around. And then do I go up there? No, here, this way. Okay. And then through. And then around and up to solid ground. That's not fast. Okay. Okay.
These saws sound like,
Nope.
I don't know, like they need tuned. Or new saw blades or something. They just sound a little too noisy.
Right now, that's the least of my concerns, I gotta tell you.
I know, that's just what I'm thinking about. I was a gopher for so long for my parents, for my dad.
Joe, what's a diabetic explanation? Is that a typo or is that a phrase I'm not familiar with?
Alright, we're making our way around.
Okay.
Oh! It's spelled with an E and not an A. That's probably why it auto-corrected. Or,
My brain
Yeah.
did not go there.
Okay.
I was like, he's not diabetic. I don't
the
understand.
diabetes.
Oh!
Yeah,
Oh!
How do all the NPCs get past the buzzsaws to stand on random platforms? That's a great question.
Okay, so wait, 1, 2, 3, and I can go. There's a fourth one in the line. Okay. At what point do I cross? I let 4 pass under me. Come on. Let 4 pass under me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have to not hit by 3. Okay.
I'm glad I don't have to do all this platforming.
Yeah, that's what we always make them play.
This would just be a whole stream of me screaming and swearing.
I mean, there's
it's
more to that too. Like when.
wait. Oh. Yes, I can do this. Ha. Okay.
This is where Ryan goes. I'm the best.
I am the best. Did you see
You
that?
are the best. So
Good platforming.
Okay.
So
Now, do I go to the right? Are my kids what?
when we were kids, my dad tried to teach us that there's some people in the world that you just can't reason with. But he did so by claiming that he was the best at every video game. And okay, like 10-year-old kids cannot comprehend this. And they're like, Dad, you've never even played Diddy Kong Racing. How can you be the best at that game? Like, you've never even played it.
Oh.
But Ryan could actually say this to his kids and be telling the truth. His kids.
My kids do think I'm the best at every video game.
And they should.
Unless Owen is cocky enough to think that he is the best. Oh! I'm not the best. I'm gonna go back to a bench. But that's okay. We will...
He's pretty good. He also is not above practicing and or taking workarounds because we are, at the end of the day, here for hearing what's in the game.
Well, and this track is excellent, so I don't feel so bad. But I'm not pumped about having to do this spike gauntlet. This stuff is hard.
Yeah.
So one of the things I love about Breath of the Wild, and I'm also loving about Tears of the Kingdom, is the number of ways to do things. Because, you know, everybody has different strengths, and it's so fascinating to me to see how different people solve things.
Yes.
Just fabulous. And the ways they allow for so many solutions, and not just in terms of like puzzle solving, like, oh, I used, you know, a weapon chain here to make this electricity go or whatever, but just like, oh, you're not great in combat, we're gonna give you enough that you can just do a ton of shrines and you'll be fine. You can just prepare and take a ton of food eventually to get there. Which is my strategy, because I'm all about puzzles and much less about combat. But it really allows for such diversity of gameplay, and I love that about it. Makes me really happy.
Yeah, this sequence is the only sequence in Hollow Knight so far that I would describe as punishingly and unfairly difficult. Everything else has been like, as long as you're patient and you know what you're doing, you can do this, right? Okay, I feel like a genius every time I remember to bounce with my weapon. Alright, let's see if I can't do this now.
That's a really nice pointy sound effect.
Good at Stardew Valley.
Alright, 4.
Everyone who has seen my saves has confessed.
Oh no! I already locked myself into doing it. Scheisse.
Oh, it worked out for you.
Okay.
You're the best at this game, Ryan. Also,
I'm something.
You can claim that you made games and not be lying. So my dad would be like, I made this game. Be like, that's not true. You didn't make Diddy Kong Racing. But you could actually, like, show your kids just must think you're so cool.
No, nobody's cool to their kids.
That's true.
Oh, okay. That time I panicked and I froze on a spike line. That's bad. It can't be over-reliant on that super dash. Unless, do I need it to get through this area is the thing. I do.
There's just too many spikes. What's this say about their psyche?
That's right, bow to me. Alright.
Forest Girl KG, I feel you. I think there's also this, I was talking about this with my husband Ben last night, because I was like, I was so insecure. I said in an article draft, you know, I'm insecure about everything in my life because I don't know what to do with myself now that this project is like out of my hands for a bit. And I think there's this association that being good at combat is being good at games. Like there are specific kinds of gameplay skills that are like kind of like there's this assumption that, you know, some games are real games and some casual games or games that are deemed feminine tend to be seen as not real games and not real skills, but those are very real skills. And
Okay, that's still shut. So let's go to the right now. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading comments.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. I'm focused on
No, you're jumping.
figuring out my nonsense here. I am jumping.
Yes, Dr. Brohanus Yams, we just need to hang. Every time I like interact with you in any sort of way, I'm like, why aren't we hanging out? Because I was like, I gotta go fight this thing, and I don't like fighting, but I like exploring. I like making maps. I like solving puzzles. Yes. Why are we like?
I've done this one already.
Oh, yes,
This wasn't
yeah,
so bad.
That's true.
Okay.
Yes. That's one of the things that I think is really important about lowering barriers to producing games and creating games and having more diverse people making games is that all the weirdness is so, like, having games that are strange or unexpected or just different and telling different kinds of stories in different kinds of ways and having different viewpoints is so important. Because there's not one kind of gamer, there's not one kind, there should, should be one kind of games. I have not played Sable.
Okay. Okay, sorry I'm not talking much and I'm like completely focused on cheating here.
No,
But that's
you
where we're at.
I'm communing with Dr. Brohanus Yams via the internet.
Alright.
If you're ever
Well.
in Northeast Ohio or something. Very
Oh,
here.
you don't have to do that weird thing I thought of. Look, there's a hole here.
Jumping into a hole filled with spikes is a solid choice.
No, it is not. It's a terrible choice. It's a shit choice, Sarah.
I know it is. I'm being sarcastic.
Ah, that was also bad. But it counted. I touched the ground. That's all that matters. That's worth a health point to me. Okay. Stand. Stand. I'm on the other side of this successfully.
Talk about
Go up.
diversity in game creation so that there's diversity, it's supporting diversity in game players and all different kinds of what games can be.
Oh, my joints are cracking. Hello.
Oh, yes. Okay.
High five.
I don't think that was the intended route through that, but I don't care. That ruled.
That's one of the other things I love in like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Sometimes on social, like, I don't know if that's what you want me to do, but it worked.
I'm currently pissed right now at a Kurok. It's one of those, I need to find my friends. It's
Oh my
like,
gosh, I ignore 'em.
I'm over you guys.
This is why they're all getting crucified. Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
this is one that's like, the other one is like way up, like up a cliff. And I'm like, okay, I have to clearly like do something to like shoot it up there. But I try to rocket and the rocket just broke. Like it won't go, it won't rocket. And I'm like,
I have zero patience for the Koroks. If I can't do this in like 15 seconds, I'm not doing it. Like
I have a special, I don't want to spoil the design because it will ruin all those missions for you, but I have a special Korok delivery vehicle I just create, I stuff them into their box, and I drive them over wherever they need to go at this point.
I mean, for a lot of them, I've been able to like build something. Just the one right now, it's like so far up there. I'm like, I need to somehow like
Alright, there's the
figure
next
out, like,
lighthouse.
airplane design or something.
Okay, so Dr. Yams, I definitely didn't know this was a thing, and I need to look this up, and Andrew absolutely totally agreed. I feel like there's so much toxic bullshit in so much of gaming culture and so much of academia that's so exclusive and gatekeeping, and somehow our little, island of Ludo folks have really sort of subverted both of those. And I think it's interesting. I'd like to think, more about why that is. But when I think about the toxic cultures that exist in both of those places, in gaming culture, or at least mainstream gaming culture, and so much of academia, I don't know if it's a miracle or a logical reaction to those things we've created this little island of supportive folks. I know some back in November when I got to
wait. Look, this is an optional secret area I just unlocked. It's not a colloquialism by the speedrunning community. This is officially called the Path of Pain. This is the hard nonsense.
Good luck. Tell your sweet stories, Sarah.
We're not doing that. Sarah can keep talking now. I'm just noping right on out of that.
Back in November, and it being, I got to room with Dana, and I got to hang out with Ryan, and the Ludo round table, and just all of these things that were this almost bizarrely positive, experience of really feeling welcomed and at home, and like I had a place. And it was a really wonderful thing. And it felt a little bit miraculous.
It's nice how that's been able to be maintained as the field gets bigger too.
Yes.
And I hope that we continue to be intentional to do so. I obviously will. I like,
I think a lot of people are trying, so.
Scheisse.
Oh, those are some spiky spikes. That's convenient of them to
Sorry for the random, sounds like I'm cussing.
You can actually just cuss.
I know.
Your stream, after all.
It is my stream. And this makes me want to swear some, not gonna lie. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going here on my little map. Looks like I'm here now, maybe? We'll assume this is it.
Oh, if we go into the Salty Sailor, then we get into the naval gaze that Ashley Greathouse talked about in AMSF Star. Not only free to identify, free to say it out loud also.
So that's what I did there. I just came up here.
Brian isn't in Florida. He's free to identify as a salty sailor. Juliana's not. Juliana's not here, so.
Because she's in Florida, that disqualifies her?
Jealous. Or at least
I was gonna say, I don't feel like being at the beach gives you immunity from being made fun of or dunked on. And in fact, if anything. Oh, this is amazing. Okay. I guess we go this way. I see where I'm at on my map. Scheisse. I have to line that up perfectly. This is too high. This is it. Oh, no. Oh. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. Absolute BS. Alright, what's next? Nope, I will not be doing that. We're gonna go that way instead. Gesundheit. Oh. That was closer than I wanted it to be.
Anytime we sneeze now, Josephine will also, like, pretend to sneeze and then laugh. She thinks sneezes are very funny.
Toddlers are so bizarre and funny. And just funny little creatures.
Did she say Gesundheit? Really? That's adorable. That's generally what I say to her. My mom also, you know, when if she leaves after being with her, she'll go, see ya. And she started going, see ya! And I love it.
Naomi calls
Another
Pose little ghosties.
Calls
She
what?
called Pose little ghosties, because that's what I called them. Like, I was like, oh, we're collecting little ghosties. And so now she's like, oh, little ghosties. But her direction, whenever I was playing Breath of the Wild, and even in Tears of the Kingdom, I'm like, she's like, go left. No matter what I'm doing, go left.
Yeah, that's a fall. Okay.
Every time.
Hold on, we're gonna refill my health here.
Oh, Ryan, I have to tell you this, because Dr. Yon's going to think of this. So our director is taking, our organist director is taking one of her choirs to New Orleans for thing, and I was like, you have to go to the Affogato, and she's like, I've got it saved.
Oh.
I'm gonna go get Affogato.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I was like, no, you have to go. I came back in November, I was like, I was going to eat this Affogato. And so she's
That was so good.
It was so good.
There are a very few number of places that I have eaten at where Addie has texted me and been like, oh, I see how it is. But that's on the list. That place ruled.
This is so good. The only reason Ben wasn't like that is because he's lactose intolerant, so I felt no guilt. He couldn't eat it anyhow. It was so good. But yeah, so she's going when she goes to New Orleans, and like, I'm like, you have to. It was absolutely wonderful.
It was wonderful. That was like one of the absolute highlights of that entire trip was that specific dessert.
It was so good.
Okay, this sucks. There's not a great way to do it. It just sucks.
Everybody right now in my social circles is taking these, like, incredible vacations, and I'm really jealous.
Okay, I can't seem to get up that way.
Like, I have a sorority sister who spent a couple weeks, at least I think it was at least a week and a half, maybe, if not 2, in Japan. Eating all the things. I was very jealous. And now, another good friend from undergrad and his wife are in Egypt. Like, y'all are killing me.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like, we still have not taken our honeymoon.
Yeah.
You know, the one that we were supposed to take in May of 2020 to Italy.
Right.
And now if you go, if you take Josephine, it'll be a trip and not a vacation.
The plan isn't necessarily to take her on our honeymoon.
Then it
no.
can be a vacation.
Yeah.
We are going to Colorado this summer, but the children are going, so it'll be a trip. And
Okay, I don't understand
our
what to
choir
do.
is going to Paris and Normandy next year, and we are going to be singing at Normandy on July 4th, and it will be the 80th year, not the date, but the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and we'll be singing at Normandy on July 4th, which is going to be pretty wild.
Yeah, that should be incredible.
I am absolutely excited. We're going to be singing the Duraflame Requiem in Paris and singing at Normandy, and I'm just super stoked. Kids are not going for that one either. They're gonna go
Can I
hang
get
out with
around
Grandma.
that way? Is that a thing? This is weird.
Ryan, we can always use another tenor.
I would love to go, but alas.
I'd vouch for you. We could always use another tenor. Have you ever known a choir that could use another tenor?
No, never. Of course not. Oh, shit. A, that's what I have to do. B, I hate everything. Everything about this.
Yeah.
We had some choir members take a literal cruise around the world. Like, they were just gone for a couple months on a cruise. They went to Australia,
Wow.
Africa. Like, she's like, here are pictures. We're in Egypt, at Luxor, and I'm just like, this is wild.
How do normal people get through this game? This is like hard. Hard.
One more week, he said.
And I think I go down from here now.
I remember when I was like,
Pretty.
I don't know, second year master's student, and I went to AMS, and my advisor was like introducing me to people and, you know, doing the things good advisors do. And she was talking about how she has like friends that she always rooms with at AMS, and that, you know, it's like a chance to get together. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. And now I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Yes. 100%.
I go to AMS, I room with my friends, like Dana. Well, actually, that was
Okay.
My master's was not in musicology, so I did not have that experience. I was busy playing really weird stuff on my master's recital. I got away with a lot. I think the only thing I could have done to make my recital more complicated for a violin student would be if I had ended up requesting one of the viols for some early music stuff. But I had 3 instruments on stage, and a jazz piano trio, and me. And it was a process.
So wait, I was just here. Can I go up now? Have the vines receded? Well, no, but I can... Apparently I can do this now. Sure.
I had the... Dr. Youngs, I don't know you at chapter, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just want the record to show that I actually turned a draft in not only on time, but early this week, and I'm so
Really
proud
good.
of myself. I'm so
That is
proud of
really good.
myself for like overcoming my perfectionism and just not touching it anymore. Because like left to my own devices, I will absolutely like George Lucas the shit out of stuff and just like keep putzing with it. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like, nope, we're done. We're done. It's gone. Okay, I'm
Is
dying to know
this
what
the spot?
you're talking
Yes,
about.
it is.
I'm
Okay.
curious when Kate ever sleeps. I feel like Kate is one of the most productive people I've ever met. Like, not just in our subfield.
This is really adorable. Did you hear those chimes? Just in this hidden room? I don't know the significance of this. I just came in here to see if it was required because I'm just following my screenshot map. But this feels like in Undertale when you put the umbrella on the statue. I wonder if there's something here in the mix that's like telling us something narratively that we don't understand yet. I don't actually know that.
Andrew, that's actually the strategy suggested by one of my like conductor friends. He's like, oh, for your DM, you just get them arguing.
Yep.
I was like, I didn't think to do that, but only one person on my committee had ever played a video game, so they didn't ask about many video games.
Oh, this is the end of the area now. It's dark now. Look. It's the king. Don't love that.
Oh, freaky.
I'll take that, thank you. All right.
Do you see how many periods are in that ellipsis that Dr. Yance has? The suspense of where she's going on vacation is palpable.
Didn't want to admit vacation.
Nice. Where are you off to? You should admit vacation. Claim vacation.
Yeah, claim it, normalize it.
All right, well, the dream is done now. Can we go back in there if we want to do the Path of Pain? We can. P.S. I do not want to do the Path of Pain.
I was
No.
wondering. I was like, what are you doing?
Get me out of there. I wanted to see if I had to do a new save file, is why. Because that type of thing is the sort of thing I'll do in my free time. None of you want to see me practice for 2 hours to get through that alternate path.
Hey.
All right.
Many delicious things. That's all I
Yeah,
can
eat
do.
all the things. Tell me about all the things you eat.
I love food. Food is so good.
We had very good salads tonight with rotisserie chicken.
Yes, Elizabeth, that is absolutely the way to do it. That's exactly how we did Italy just
All
before
the
Owen was
tapas.
born.
That is what we do.
And man, you take photographs like to make us all blush with jealousy. That's my advice.
Yeah.
Yes. Send those photos to drool over the food.
Here it is.
We're going up there now.
This is my jam.
Oh, this is really nice.
This isn't it though, right? We have to actually get over there.
Yeah, we're not quite at the White Lady, but this is my jam too.
All this stuff is A, so much more colorful than that scary dungeon I hate now. And B, like, whenever there's a bunch of green on the screen, the music is filled out. Like, this is lively and...
Kind of coral spike against that beautiful green.
Yeah.
So this has...
For Elizabeth, I got hit on purpose there, or at least I'm going to tell you I did. Because of an incredible applied audio thing, the low-pass filter, when you take a hit here, listen to the music actively now that we have good active music and I'm taking combat damage. The filter on the music is wildly good. Because it makes it sound like you've been hit in the head. So the track that Dana wanted to hear last week and we could not because we were blocked by this thing, it's because the White Lady is endgame material, just like the White Palace was. Cheers, Barrier. Let's do this.
Here we go.
I see why you want to hear this music, Dana. This is
Yeah. I really dig anything that's like forest vibes in general. A lot of my favorite tracks. Oh, nice. How seamlessly we get the like combat layer here. Right?
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, you tried spinning. That's a good trick.
Shit. Oh, that.
Line.
Okay, angry about that.
Yes. I'm just very into the cello line. In that.
Okay, it's fine. Let's go up and back. Sorry I suck, team.
Oh, Ryan, don't even try that. Sorry, I suck. What is that bullshit?
Alright. what we are gonna do is play a little smarter here, and a little bit
really
less
like Pizzicato,
confidently.
y'all. Like, I think it is just lovely and can
It
be
is
used
lovely.
in so many different ways. I think it just has a lot to say in terms of creating musical meaning, and I also think it can be a bit underutilized in string writing.
So can we talk about this creepy track?
Such thing as what I would. Night night.
You just wait. Oh, your shadow.
There can be obnoxious pizzicato, depending on how you're being asked to do it, but I'm a big fan. And it's also something that I think they were able to synthesize, approximate the sound of earlier than a lot of instrumental cameras in game audio history. Like, there are some pizzicato moments in pretty early games where I'm just like, that doesn't sound like garbage, you know?
Dr. Yams, I don't believe that it's not panned for me through Discord, so I guess it's Twitch.
No, there is a lot of panning.
Well, she said it's like almost.
Second time.
The
creepy track is panned, yes.
Now, and I forget that you're like behind us. That's my bad.
So we never have to walk there again. I said I was going to play more smartly. We just teleport to right before the void and fight again.
Yeah, there's a very physical effect of the way the panning plays with that low pass filter when there's hits and stuff.
And listen for the shade music, because our shade's going to come in on us. This is a very panned track, positionally based on where the shade is.
You did it too fast, Ryan. I get to listen long enough.
Sorry. I will die again, don't you worry.
You're so kind. Yeah, no, I was reading that as like the current music, and I was like,
I was net negative there. No. You see, death. All right. Why is everything so hard? Sad. And more importantly, can I put my gate closer? That's a good question to ask, too. I can. Oh.
Bass line is so good. Like when it drops there and then it goes up the half step instead of the whole step, like you kind of expect it kinda. Boy. Too good.
Okay, I know how to do it now. This is wild. We can do this.
I never doubted you for a moment, Ren.
I'm glad Oh, you do have to have it. Of course you do, because you need it for the fight. Okay. I was going to say, you have to have the Shade Cloak to get here. Yes, you do. It makes you invulnerable for a split second when you dash. And everybody watch how I'm going to focus on this fight. We're going to use that exclusively here. As for this thing, notice how the music comes out of almost my right speaker exclusively right now? And now it's back center. There you go, Elizabeth.
Also, so for cozy games, maybe archetypal being like Annabelle Johnson.
Basically everything I like to play.
Yeah.
Coffee Talk that Kate talked about at National, and which Kate, if Kate hasn't left me with a bed already, I have a student writing on Coffee Talk and Valhalla, but it's like VA-all that, you know, I don't know, there's numbers in it. It's apparently a game based on Coffee Talk, but it's like cyberpunk and you run a bar, but otherwise very similar. So I have a student writing on those two games, and I was like, aw.
Die!
Glad of that month.
I'm actually waiting to see if it goes on sale for the Steam sale, which is... When is the Steam sale? July? End of June?
That I don't know.
It's still a little ways off, but I definitely have a few things on my wish list.
Dana, here should be your track in here.
And y'all might be surprised because it's so simple, but I think that's what I like about it.
Here. We'll just listen to the music before the dialogue here. You'll notice this is a pared down version of the White Palace's theme.
Ooh, a little harmony. Ooh. I really need Ashley to cover this for me.
I will say, the Queen and the King are not size compatible.
That's
More
common in the
realistic
Bug
than the
Kingdom.
other way around.
In the Bug Kingdom, it is common for the female to be larger. I agree with all that, yes. But this difference, this is a lot.
It is a lot.
I like that she's tree-shaped, vaguely. Here.
We get that little, like, flourish.
That's part of the music, though, not because we talked to her, I'll note.
No, yeah. It's the, like, end of the loop.
Yeah. You're not special. All those shadows you killed down there could have been you. Right?
I have Last Day of June. I was thinking I needed to, like, play that.
Check it out. It's the other half of our mask.
Yeah, Andrew, you gotta get yourself some placid plastic duck simulator and just like let it wash over you.
Yeah, here's your explicit confirmation. Hornet is the only gendered bug in Hollow Nest.
Yep. A striking reflection of her mother. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, next time we encounter Hornet, you can...
Yeah, I never begrudged the worm that is the king's dalliance as bargain. And keep in mind that the pale king is not the original king that was this person's mate. That thing that we never met who lived inside the large shell was. Right? So that's your size difference accounting for.
So we get some family drama, but also the connections.
That's right. It's one of two creatures in the game that knows you're reading its mind.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, no. No, thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll do our best.
I'm excited for Potion Permit reminds me, since it is combat, I'm excited for Haunted Chocolatier, because that's also going to have a bit more emphasis on combat than like Stardew, but it's still going to have a lot of the hallmarks of Stardew. Except you're running a haunted chocolate shop. Like, what? What a great concept. We don't deserve that, Barone.
Taking myself all the way across the whole map here.
Without having the full complement, there's just so much map talk lately.
I know it. I'm sorry.
It's like I'm not strong
It's
enough.
a thing, though.
I'm so sad I don't get to be on every week because I usually have rehearsal.
All right.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm glad the new emotes are getting so much use. we are getting a lot of opportunities here. I still have to make the low flute. Once my other classes get going, we can maybe find time to carve that out.
Once you get stuff going, we need to actually, like, get together. Like, you're the closest living Ludomusicologist to us. And someday, we're gonna make it up to Cleveland at the same time.
Yeah.
It'll be so fun.
My schedule right now is busy while I get the other two classes going, and then, but it's not scheduled time.
We'll go through
it's
Green Path.
asynchronous. So there's some flexibility there.
Yeah. Amelia is off. Today was her last day of school. And, we're gonna see how this goes.
This
It may
way?
be easier
This
to make
way.
it to Cleveland with one child than with two children.
Mm.
And that child being the
That's
smaller
Green
one.
Path.
It is Green Path. Briefly.
We know how much I love me some Green Path. Give me all the that's what I need to make is a forest playlist. I have one just called Chill VGM, and I think there's a good amount of forest themes on there.
Andrew, I don't know what game brought forth the low flute.
Remember, we've used it so much, I don't remember where it came from, but Andrew's a pretty good lore keeper, so be able to remind. What game had the low? I was saying it had a low flute.
Journey has a low flute. Have we done Journey?
No, we haven't played Journey yet. We were just saying that last week. That's like a must-do.
This is how you end up low flute,
Especially 'cause-
follow taco. That's how you got that.
Did you all see that Austin Wintry is working? And the demo came out. I have it on Steam, and I haven't played it yet. But in August, he is releasing a interactive video game musical.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You guys
You're the
like-
one that was like, we're gonna play this. We should do, we should make sure Julianne can do Journey with us, because her dissertation chapter on it.
Yes. Give me 1 second. I'm going to open my other map for Fog Canyon.
That's right. What was the name of that medieval game that we did with Karen? Cavalry? Road to... something or other? Road to Calgary? What was that game called?
I don't know.
We played it with the Karens.
Okay. One of the few design decisions I hate about Hollow Knight is that you cannot get the map for Fog Canyon until you have the Shade Cloak. You can hear his voice, which is so comforting when you don't have the map. You're like, yes, the map! But it's on the other side of the barrier. How did he get here? He doesn't have the
Procession to
Shade...
Calvary was the name. And then there was Astrologaster, which was kind of a similar early vibe, but I think Procession to Calvary is the one that...
There's also, it's like Inclinati or something that we started.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're very excited for that
With
one.
all the little Illuminations.
Yes. Karen's been excited about that game for a million years. Like, whenever it was announced. And then once Karen can stream it with us, we're gonna try to get Alchemy on here to do Pentiment.
That's the one I was thinking of. Was Pentiment.
They said they would stream us.
Yeah, they said they would do it once Karen was able to, and that would be awesome.
Be there for that one.
Yeah, who knows? We'll keep you posted.
I want to be there for all of it. Thursday is rehearsal night. So terrible. All these in-jokes that I don't know. It's so sad.
Well, the low flute was easy. I said something that sounded like a low flute, and everybody misheard me. Low flute.
A bread-stringed instrument.
It's the first.
Yeah, I died and I'm not happy about it. Hold on.
Oh my goodness, the Habitica subscriber gift this month is so good.
The what subscriber gift?
Have I talked to your ear off about Habitica yet?
Oh, the fragrance place?
No.
No.
What's
But
Oh no, Habitica is the one where you gamify your life.
Yeah, the gamify all your shit to do.
And
then you feel less depressed about all the laundry you have to wash.
Our party right now, Sarah, is the stream team. So Karen, Ryan, me, Julianne, Addie, Nick the Lucky Vigilante that we met at Maxigum, Pete Smucker. I'm trying to think who else. Who else is in our party?
All cool people.
That we know.
Do you like assign points? Like if I can I set how many points it would be to like fix my fridge?
Yes, you do all that.
You can set difficulty levels so that you get more points when you do the thing.
Okay, because a lot of the things I'm good at doing the things. I have fixed so many appliances.
So yeah, there's
me and not me.
There's habits where if you're trying to turn something into a habit, you can get rewarded for like doing, drinking more water, getting your inbox to 0, whatever you're trying to do. You can also have it like if you were trying to break a bad habit and like you did it, you could have you can assign negative points where it'll like dock your health as well. There's dailies, which are the ones that are most relevant to the party you're in, because if you don't do them, you don't only incur damage on yourself, you incur it on the party. So that's like the accountability thing, is like, I have things like watering the garden on there, stuff that has to happen every day. And then if I miss one of my dailies, then I'm incurring some health. So there's the accountability thing there. And then there's also a to-do list thing where you can do nested to-dos. So I usually do like a, week of June, whatever, and then I put a bunch of things under that, so I don't get all the points until I do the little list. And then those typically do some damage. And then you fight bosses together, and then you get cool gear for your arm. They're very cute. It's all visually.
I've tried like gamifying stuff for chores before, and it was just kind of depressing to see how many things I had to do. But doing this with friends seems less
that's
bad.
what made the difference. I actually had joined Habitica back in 2018 because I had kind of a similar where it was like a to-do list app that you fight.
Ouch! Shit.
Called Quest, and then it was no longer compatible with like later versions of the iPhone. And I tried this one right when that one folded, and it was kind of complicated, and I was just like, I don't know about this. And it wasn't until like a couple years later, Julianne was like, I'm doing this thing now and I really like it, and that made the difference, is actually being in this party like with people I know.
Right, because now like if I don't get my shit done, Dana gets mad at me, right? Or Addie gets mad at me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm pretty good at getting shit done. I do the things. But it was just depressing to like set it up and be like, oh god, there's just so many things that I'm in charge of.
Yeah.
Look, it's the teachers' archives.
I do
of course,
archives.
Of course the teachers, by the way, have acid. That's what they have.
I would say that it's definitely something that, I've had habits evolve into dailies once they become true habits. So, like, it is nice and configurable, and then, like, you can set the difficulty level for, like, longer tasks and stuff. Like, if you have something that you're doing over months, like writing a chapter, and you have all the different components of doing that, you can, like, do a nested to-do, and then when you finally finish it, it's, like, a huge hit. So, that's always fun. Yeah.
Right. Into the archives we go.
Yeah, as far as I know, Andrew, we don't have a limit on the number of people that can be in our party. At the very least, we haven't had any issues with that, and we used to have several more. Yeah, if you sign up, let us know, because several of us, Julianne, I think Karen, Pete, and I, liked this app enough that we actually subscribe because we wanted to support the developers. So we can, like, give you gems and get, like, a cool background to get.
Oh shit! It chases you. Sorry.
Julie, Dana, you have. I'm signing up literally right now for everything. We're gonna see how this goes.
I will send you.
How do I hit this thing? Yes. Oh, Quirrell helps me. That rules. Okay.
Well, hello there. Hi, Justin.
Come on, Quirrell. Do it again. Do it again.
So you might be able to find me just by my username, which is musicologist, like I am everywhere. That's being like a link.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Give me just a second while
And it's interesting that there's a mobile version and like, so you can get it on your phone. So like a web app, and
Got it.
I think a lot of folks prefer the web app. I like having both because I like being able to like pull out my phone and check something off if I do it, if I remember. But so I kind of go between the two.
I'm phone only for what it's worth.
So you're a party.
Yeah, I can invite you to the party.
Okay, so I'm Sarah PC, but with a space.
Where's our dreamer?
Gotta go kill a sleeping, vulnerable bug.
I do have to do
Can
that.
you
I
type
won.
exactly how you have it in the Skype chat.
I absolutely can do that. And I will do it literally right now. And then
Damn, since it's a new month, I will have gems that
there's also this thing that they auto-generated.
that may be the one.
They auto-generated that one. I'll probably change it. Oh, I was invited to join a party. So exciting. Okay.
Oh wait, there's the thing.
I'm not asking the rest of the party to invite you because they all know you. So
Yeah.
there's not really any folks that I can imagine being like, oh gosh, why did you invite Sarah?
She's gonna totally bring down the vibe.
Look, it's
No, I'm
Quirrell.
actually-
Yes, we've also been called.
Oh, I gotta get myself some gems real quick. And then I will gift you some because most of the backgrounds are 7 gems. And that way you can have a cute background. Well, you know, and then as we go, you'll get like all the other like cool stuff for your avatar.
Awesome sauce. I feel like, you know, a job interview that I should make the case that I'm actually very good at like doing the thing.
All right.
I have a good track record of thing doing.
Dreamer number 2, team of 3. I love this track. Glad to hear it again. I don't like that they don't speak to you in this state. I hate it. Nothing. Just murder.
Feels bad, man.
It does feel terrible. Yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, that sounds... Usually I like archives, but they're not usually so soggy.
There you go. You got gems.
Oh, thank you. I'll get this all set up probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
And add all my things that need to be done. Oh man, I have so many recurring tasks that we can get credit for.
Yeah, it's really useful. It does take a little bit of tinkering early on to kind of get all the stuff set up, but
I'm willing to invest that putzing time.
yeah, it's like once it's putzed, then... And I have, like, added or removed stuff as things weren't working, you know, or, like, migrated something from a habit to a daily or whatever, but we like it. And you can pick, like, your class and everything after, I think, level 10. So that's also kind of another thing that makes the social part of it more engaging, because there's warriors that your head bigger by default. There are healers who heal us and can help when folks aren't doing their dailies.
Yeah, you can actually call for a shield or like a heal. If you know you're not going to get something done, I can make it not be as bad.
Yeah, there's like spells you can cast that kind of like...
Let's go up and around.
Or there's rogues that there are finding quests and they're good at finding things.
This might actually... So when I was in undergrad, I had this great to-do list software that I loved, and anytime you like checked a task off, it played like a perfect authentic cadence, and it felt very complete. And the developer was like a one-person thing, and they've stopped updating it. It makes me so sad. Because I really, you know, that perfect authentic cadence really made me feel good about it, man. So maybe this will...
Yeah.
Maybe this will solve my disgruntlement.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, oh, it was. There was one that really emphasized the leading tone motion, and then another one of like archiving that emphasized like the 2-1 motion, but both were like nice in their own way.
Yeah, there's little if you do it on, I guess if you have your phone volume turned up and you were on mobile, but on both forms, when you like complete different kinds of tasks, there's little fanfares, like 8-bit fanfares, which are nice.
That would feel good, you know. That sounds very appealing. My work at my church has expanded, and it has... I don't have an official job description for the second part yet, but basically anything that involves a computer, they're like, we should give this to Sarah. Like, Sarah's the person who knows things about computers. So if it's anything to do with compare, it is mine now. I'm excited to do all this stuff. Oh.
I'm trying to decide what I want to look like right now for
Confetti.
June. Since I'm on here, I may as well update my avatar, you know.
Yeah. Also, Word just makes me want to cry. They were doing all the layout in like Microsoft Publisher on this terrible laptop, and I like almost died. And I was like, I'm not gonna change things at first because I'm in charge of like all the graphic design type stuff now. And I was like, I'm not. And then I was like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm just gonna swear. I can't do this. I just can't sit here and swear at a laptop in a church. Like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. So now I do it for real, and nobody else touches it, and it's like so consistent now. I love it.
Oh, it's City of Tears.
It is briefly, because the last Dreamer's up here. You'll notice there's a spot between the two halves of the city. Well, there's stuff there, it's just hard to get to.
We're gonna go to the equipment.
Here we go. I love this city track as well.
You sound so startled that you killed him.
A little bit.
Oh no. It was a great sound effect. All those little bug noises are so good.
They are.
Except for we're not in the area where Julianne was like dry heaving because the one bug sounded so gross.
Oh god, that was so
like a
nasty.
It's,
I've been writing about Hades, and the satyr noises are just like, ugh, hate those. Oh, it sounds like the wheezing always makes me think of Heen from House Moving Castle. Anything that's wheezy.
No, that wasn't the one I needed.
Happy puppy. I'm assuming a puppy and not a kitty. Because kitties don't usually ask. Well, I guess some kitties ask to go outside. Hi to Andrew Powell's critter named Abby.
Abby's a puppy.
Oh, good.
Alright, I need to figure out how to get up where I'm going. And then we'll be on our way here. It does appear like it's all self-contained here. What's my map say? Yeah, somewhere in here will be the lever. Okay. That's not so bad.
Aww. Elderly puppy.
It'll be here.
Our doggy is 11 and a half now. And she is laying on the floor next to me. But her allergies have gotten worse in her old age. So she's on a special doggy diet, like a prescription diet. And she can't have most treats, but luckily she loves carrots. So we have to buy, like, every time we go to Costco, we have to get, like, one of those big things of baby carrots, because that's what she gets treats for everything, are carrots. But she loves carrots, so it's okay. She's sad she doesn't get to steal the kids' food as much anymore. But it's worth it for her not to be itchy and also stinky.
Do I want a tree as my...
Are either of you getting Street Fighter 6 tonight at midnight?
No.
Missing out?
I'm terrible at fighting games, for one.
Yeah, I
For two, like, I have Tears of the Kingdom, so not really prioritizing much other gaming at the moment.
Yeah, that's
Ditto.
fair.
Yeah, ditto. I'm not really a fighting game. I don't really play a lot of them. And yeah, I have things to do on Tears of the Kingdom that I've been messaging you about.
Oh, I know it. Okay, boss time here. That's why I went to that bench. This is our sub-boss before the third Dreamer.
He's a spiky boy.
That wasn't so bad, actually. Do I have 2 of those at once now? Yeah.
Oh, it's multi-ball madness.
Right? I'm a winner.
It's funny, Andrew, carrots are safe for Willow because they're very low in protein, and protein is what allergies are a reaction to. So, like, carrots are safe and apples are safe.
Wait,
You're leaking goo.
there's more of them. I thought I won. Come on now.
Oh, that is really effective, Elizabeth. It's really fun.
Do I have to fight 3 at once now? Okay, how many of these are there? Because that was, like, enough for me. Oh, there you go. That is enough. I love the family portraits. Alright. We gotta go up. And at the very top of the City of Tears, this should just about do it.
This area.
I love the background layering of all the animation.
Yeah. The color palettes are just stunning too.
All
Absolutely.
The stuff that looks like leaded glass, all the shapes that are insectish. It's just really...
Oh. You have to ride the elevator. No.
That's what you get.
Smarten yourself. Yeah, this really delicate, like all this leaded glass in the background. It's just really gorgeous. Going down.
No, go up.
There's a new wedding
There.
venue that opened last year that I finally got to play in this year, and it's a converted church, historic church, and they took the rose window and the outer bits were secular enough, but they replaced whatever the middle, I'm guessing it was like a cross or something, with this.
Oh,
new
this is
stained
cool.
glass.
This is a nod to the same type of telescope plus cutscene from Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
So the new
That's
stained
cool.
glass is like a bouquet of roses, and so like folks getting married there can do a really nice photo op in front of the new stained glass because it's like what would have been the fire loft, but they've converted it so it's just like an area where you can hang out before you come down the stairs to walk up the aisle.
Nice.
If you want to come down, like I've seen the one I did, the bridesmaids just came from the back of the church like normal, and then the bride came down the big staircase.
Oh,
And they had
that's
it
great.
decked out with flowers.
For the king, indeed.
Off of anybody's head, I'm curious what your favorite video game tracks are that use silence. Not because I'm working right now and we're writing a prompt or anything.
You mean moments where there are silence, since by definition silence is not music, or where a piece of music has a built-in silence?
Built-in, yeah, like Short Skirt Long Jacket by Cake, where there's the like extra beat between verses, and you're like, oh.
Oh, but you're just talking literally about a single beat, though.
Or just things that have a sort of softness to them, as if we have gone from very busy to very still. That's fine too.
This is cheating, so to get things rolling, like for me, a very effective filmic moment of silence was in Star Wars 8, The Last Jedi, with the Holdo maneuver, and we saw that one in the theater, and that moment of silence was just so effective. Like,
That's a really good one.
I loved that. Like, it was so shocking. And I really, really enjoyed that. Yep. Oh, Steve.
It is 11 o'clock right now, by the way. All I have to do is go kill the last boss, and we're done.
Okay, go kill the last boss, man.
I mean, unless you want a one more week.
Well, I think we're going to have to put the second and third endings next time. But let's see ending 1 tonight. Which means I need to go up.
It's supposed to be like 90-something here tomorrow, and that's terrible.
Oh, it's disgusting. Addie's team had to hand plant the nursery yesterday in like 89-degree heat.
Ugh. I'm allergic to everything, and I have eczema, and I'm just not made for this kind of weather. Like,
Nope.
I just don't. My body hates it. Just live in the library. They're air conditioned.
By the way, the acid does not hurt me now because I got an upgrade off stream for the sake of time that just lets me swim around in it, which opens up a few shortcuts across the map, but otherwise is not ever required. Give me this bench. Just give us a spawn point, and we'll keep moving.
Yeah, I agree, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything right now because I'm too.
Yeah, it's for a listening prompt, so like I want it to be a track that like incorporates, you know what I mean? Like because they have to have stuff to hang on to around that. I'm thinking one way around it.
Oh, actually, what we just heard. Dana, I'm going to go back one screen for the sake of your prompt.
I was actually thinking about doing something from this.
So this is unique, okay?
That should have been clearer. Because they're discussing some like actual diegetic uses of silence in games in the discussion, and I like the listening journals to have some kind of thematic connection. And I was thinking stuff like this that has that kind of like open pizzicato is like leaving space in a way that might be kind of conceptually nice.
I'm about to go back to the Forgotten Crossroads, which is the area, if I pop open my full map, it's the first area of the game where that temple is, right?
Yeah.
Right under the town? Except, it is no longer the Forgotten Crossroads. Once you get the Dream Nail and start doing Dreamer stuff, it becomes covered with infected, and all the enemies there are hard now. And the music will take an extra 3 beats to come in. Listen to this. Ew, gross. We're gonna go up and sit on the bench in town right before we finish up. Elizabeth, you'll see the final boss next week as well, because you're gonna see it a couple times here. Our save file here will lock us out of ever doing ending 1 again, though. This will be the only time we have the capability to do ending 1. Which is the other reason to do it now and separate it from next week. Where we'll start with this and then maybe shenanigame for an hour. I am gonna die once. Sorry, we're putting a gate right there. Alright, here we go. This will be the medium ending, not the bad ending, not the good ending. I love the way the lighting works in this space, and I've never seen this before, for what it's worth. Nice. That's the last power of the game, and that's a cool one for a Metroidvania. Did you read that?
No, what was it?
Your completion percentage as of this moment is viewable in your inventory.
Oh. That's a fun one.
69%.
Nice. We're on the internet. You're supposed to say that anytime that number comes up.
I really like this string tremolo, by the way. Here's the boss.
Seems unfair that you're so bitty.
Could also go with stuff that has like a strong echo on it because it's implying like a big empty space.
Yeah.
That's a thought.
Alright. I'm probably gonna eat it a couple times here. Okay, it's got a triple slash and a dash. And a scream. Ew. Well, that's gross. Okay. The beams do 2 points of damage. Seems manageable, though. Oh, it's right there. Okay. No chains the second time. He's just here. I love the implication that canonically I have lost.
Scrubbing long plays is always so fun. Like, I know we go to the moon late in Final Fantasy IV. When exactly? Oh, that looked promising.
Ew, he's stabbing himself. I don't like that at all.
Oh no, I've got like... There's a lot of things here I don't really like.
No. Oh no. Oh. Close. There's very many things about that last bit I don't like. He looked clearly injured, too. Did you see him try to do the triple slash and, like, trip on himself?
And, like, the bulbous things.
Yeah, ew, no.
They're my favorite.
Alright, well, we'll get there. I was going to say, he hadn't screamed yet. Here's phase 2. This is the hard phase.
Like, is he casting from hit points there, you know? Seems like he's flinging his blood. They're flinging their blood at you. Or the insects don't really have blood. But...
Yeah, I don't know. This run is not going well. Here's phase 3. Is this...
Also the wetness of those pits.
Yeah, nothing about this is great. Oh! Dang it!
Bad as some of the ones.
Give me my money back. Okay. Okay, now we've got phase 3 again. It doesn't feel like I'm supposed to do this anymore, does it?
No.
There's something like weirdly like almost like Brahms Requiem-y about the way the main theme is playing right now too. Alright, don't love that at all.
It's like the parasite, whatever, is trying to squish you with their body, and it's just very...
So, this ending, we take on the infection for ourselves, the original Hollow Knight, not successfully containing it.
Seems like a bad ending.
It's the
It's like a
medium
Persona
one.
3 ending.
It is a bad ending, though.
Ryan, do you know Christopher Larkin? Is he a friend of yours? You know everyone.
I do not know Christopher Larkin.
That's genuinely surprising. You know everyone.
This game's music is incredible, though. Just absolutely. I'm in the process of making a list of 30 games that everybody should play as, like, intro to game development 101 and 102 as 1 credit online classes with a colleague of mine here at Michigan State. And we had a little bit of a fight about there's going to be a Metroidvania on the list, right? If you look at how many different genres of music or genres of game there are. And at first we wrote Super Metroid / Symphony of the Night. You know, you pick either the Metroid or the Vania, half of that word, right? And we have settled on Hollow Knight as the one game in this genre that people have to play.
I don't think that's a bad choice.
In part because not just the music is newer and does some cool, like, integration things, just Super Metroid and Castlevania could not have done in the 90s, right? Technology works differently in the 2010s. But this is also one of the few indie games that this is a small team of people who put together this massive game that competes with what used to be the top of the line budget stuff, right? Metroid Dread, the credits is 200 people, right? This, the special thanks, is as long as every developer on the title. It's just wild. So we chose Hollow Knight.
Good pick.
In any case, they do lie to you, by the way. We will not meet again soon. Like, asking when Silksong is going to release is like a big joke now.
Well, they just announced that they were pushing it further back, right?
What you have to do to get the good ending is we never did anything with that completed King's Soul, you might have noted. And we worked really hard this week to get that. Right? How much of our time was getting through the White Palace and over to the White Lady?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I cannot imagine beating the game in this mode. If you die, your save file erases. Nope. We will never, ever be doing that.
That's very Zelda 2 energy of them. Like, you die,
Yeah, it
you
is.
go back to the beginning. Suck it.
I love that we have a new title screen for our failure, by the way.
Yeah.
Or the infected.
That we're ending on here.
Well, what you must do, we can do this for today, is something with that King's Soul. I'm going to load up our save file to make sure I know where this loads to, so that next time we can then go do it. But you have to take it to the bottom of the abyss. Again, I mentioned we had to go back down there a second time. And do you just leave this way? Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
That's some Yannick imagery right there.
Yeah, it's certainly something. So, next time we will quickly go down there. I feel like we should see that cutscene on the stream next week and then do the bosses again. Where we will have both the much worse ending, which is you know that something could be done with the Hollow Knight and you choose to kill him anyway.
Yeah. Intense.
Or you do the thing that can be done. That'll be exciting. And that will not take us that long. The fight, for at least the bad ending, is the same, so I should be able to do it in like 5-10 minutes. And then one boss fight is not going to take me super long. That's the part of these games I'm good at. It's figuring out what to do that takes me so long.
Yeah.
So we will do that next week. Otherwise, it's Street Fighter 6 launch day.
Yay.
Did you stand up another half hour?
I've seen my Steam friends load in right now, so they must be on some other time zone. I don't know what isn't, and it's not midnight on East Coast time yet, but I am definitely going to check it out tonight enough to know the base mechanics. Then I'm rolling in, if any of my Gel Lab students who are working at MSU over the summer happen to be watching, I'm bringing both fight sticks, and I'm going to fight students tomorrow.
Fight.
Yes. That is the plan. It's going to be a blast. And then, on the 6th, Diablo 4 launches. This is like too many big games this summer. We have 2.5 weeks of Diablo 4, and then Final Fantasy 16 comes out.
Also, Tears of the Kingdom. Still a thing.
Right, actually, Sarah's ahead of me now. I think she cleared 100 shrines.
104 today. 104.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, I'm still at like 88 shrines. So Sarah's now technically ahead of me, though I have finished the thing.
You've got credits. I haven't. But yeah, 100 and... Am I allowed to say how many of the others?
No, because Dana doesn't actually know the number.
Okay, well then I'm not saying.
Okay.
But
I'll just text you.
Yeah.
But 104 shrines today.
Nice.
4 more today with my kids.
Is the other thing above or below?
I'm not saying.
Okay. I'm just curious if I do know or do not know, but I'm okay.
I don't know. Ryan, does she know?
Oh, the things below, I think Sarah is, if she's not 100% clear on it, she's real close to having the entire landscape mapped out on that
That's
depth.
cool.
I can tell you, I'll text you, because it is a finite, like, visible what's left.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
I went on a rampage.
I am going to, the next time I find time to play Zelda, maybe Sunday, after my, 2 days of Street Fighter binging, just gonna throw a big glow seed on my hover bike and fly through the underground. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm tired of it.
You've been tired of it for a while. Let's be clear.
The more you fill out, the faster it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason I was tired of the underground, you two are going to have no sympathy for me in the slightest here, is...
I already know I'm not.
When you emulate it, they've now fixed it as of a day or two ago, but without light, the ground texture would not load at all. It was just a black floor box. And so you had to have not just enough light seeds to grope around and feel for where you were going to go, but you couldn't even tell when to open your paraglider to survive the fall to the depths until 2 days ago on the emulator.
Just so sad. That's why they put all the little ghosties down there.
Yeah, or you could pay for a Switch and a copy of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But
Dana, I need to get your friend code so we can be friends on the internet.
On the Switch?
On the Switch, yes.
It's been a minute. We were all friending each other back in the Animal Crossing days. I don't know it. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I don't know it either now. In any case, we'll be back with the second and third endings to Hollow Knight, and probably just some casual gaming otherwise next week. And then Sarah, you don't rehearse much in June, right? Are you free?
No, I have rehearsal next week. It's every other week in June, and then most of July and basically all of August I'm off, so I can join y'all.
That'd be awesome.
I know.
We'll slot you down in in box 5 here. You can hang out with us in July and August. That's awesome.
It'd be so exciting. It'll feel like a proper vacation.
All right. We'll see everybody next week. Bye, friends.
See ya. Thanks for